Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Luna teases Will, Thomas chastises Brooke, and Taylor begs Ridge. Ridge informed Taylor in the guest house that he couldn't set a wedding date, but that he didn't plan to surprise her. He wanted to spend the rest of her life with Brooke, and Taylor inquired whether he loved her more. Ridge stated that he believed he wanted to be with Taylor. Taylor claimed that they had been really content up until Naples, and that he was aware of how Brooke's near-death experience and Eric's presence in his thoughts affected him. Taylor warned Ridge that he couldn't allow it to occur. He couldn't allow them to separate once more. As he assisted her in recovering, Taylor recalled their reunion and everything she had endured. Before putting her through it once more, she believed he wouldn't have known that. Are you now stating that you will simply cancel? For Brooke's sake? No. Ridge, I won't allow you to do that, she said. According to Taylor, she didn't think it was what he really want. I'm not going anywhere. Not from the family, not from you, he said. What was he doing at the time? Taylor asked. She claimed that he allowed Brooke to re-enter his thoughts, stating everything that would have led him to believe that they might work together, but he knew that was not the case. Taylor went on to say that Brooke will simply do what she usually does, which is to disappoint, hurt, and betray him. As if to ignore Taylor, Ridge claimed to understand her feelings for Brooke. She wasn't a lifeline for his terrible connection with Brooke, Taylor admitted, and he knew it was true. There's a reason you agreed to my proposal. Because we're lovers, friends, and parents, Taylor informed him. She declared that Brooke had misled him too often, and that she would not allow him to abandon them once again. Then Taylor said, not for Brooke. Brooke and Thomas carried on their chat in the CEO's office. He informed her that it was time for her to move on and accept his parents' impending marriage. Brooke laughed that he still loved her and that Taylor, not Ridge, had proposed. According to Thomas, Brooke was largely to blame for the years of suffering endured by Taylor and his family. He wanted that to stop now, though. You believed that you could woo your way back into my dad's embrace, but that is not going to be the case. You were defeated. My mother prevailed. This time for good, Thomas demanded. Thomas was informed by Brooke that he was not in Italy to see the moment of enchantment between her and Ridge. Although Thomas acknowledged that his father was having a hard time because of Brooke's accident, he reaffirmed that Ridge wanted to be with Taylor. Thomas told Brooke that he wouldn't respond to her SMS, because he and Taylor were still choosing their wedding date. Will wowed his mother across the hall with some work-related ideas, but it was clear that he was preoccupied. Will admitted to his mother that he found it difficult to maintain secrets, such as having an affair with an unidentified Electra girl. Katie claimed that her anger increased the more she reflected on that evening. Will concurred, but he didn't want to hide the lie or its secret from Electra. He claimed to love her, but he was aware that all may fall apart if she informed her what had transpired. Katie promised to always be there for him. But if I can't be honest with the person I love, what kind of man am I? Will inquired. Will's feelings were legitimate, Katie said, but perhaps he should allow them to be a part of his past. That night, nothing will happen, Katie continued. Luna dreamed of having sex with Will while she laid on the bed in Lee's apartment. She was so preoccupied with her thoughts that she didn't even hear Lee enter. That look bothers me. What were you contemplating? Will Spencer? Lee reprimanded. Will was outside limits, according to Lee, but Luna assured her aunt that anything was achievable if one wanted it badly enough. Lee told Luna that she didn't need to start any more trouble, and that her freedom wasn't guaranteed. She admitted to Luna that she was aware that things might go wrong if she continued to follow her impulses. Luna seems moved that Lee would be concerned if she ended up back behind bars. With hope, Luna inquired, is this your way of saying that you love me? Lee said, let's just say your family, Luna, before going on a tirade criticizing Poppy's parenting. Luna stated that she still hoped to play a role in Finn's life in the future. Lee told her that she was proud of Luna, and that she might have a chance at a regular life because she had been abiding by the rules. Luna hinted, a life with a guy like Will Spencer. Lee was curious as to why Luna expressed the hope that things would work out for her. Lee focused on it while Luna attempted to dismiss it. Luna stated that she was merely attempting to change. Lee reminded her that she was attending a boot camp for morality, receiving a makeover to acquire manners, and earning 2 jobs to match Finn's and her work ethic. Luna thought that she wouldn't have to work if she became a Spencer after Lee had departed, and then she took another pregnancy test out of a desk drawer. She took the mask from a drawer in her dresser and remembered every second of how she had deceived Will in bed. Using her burner phone, she snapped a photo of it and sent it to him via text. Will heard a notice on his phone when he was by himself in the design office. He was startled to find a photo of the mask when he looked. That said, "Our secret." He kept thinking about his mother's remarks. Nothing's going to come of that night. Luna grinned while holding the pregnancy test back at Lee's flat. Will's obsession, Taylor's refusal to be rejected, and Luna's message. Finally, a recap of the Bold and the Beautiful is available. Luna Nozawa makes fun of Will Spencer in today's episode by sending him a picture message. Furthermore, Rich Forrester cannot leave Taylor Hayes. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Taylor is taken aback. According to Ridge, he loves her. In response, the psychologist says he simply loves Brooke Logan more. This isn't about Brooke, the man says. Taylor is not going to let him go easily. She will not allow Brooke and Eric Forrester to destroy them. According to Taylor, Ridge agreed to her suggestion, indicating that he planned to carry it out. She refuses to let Brooke harm them in this way. She lashes out at Ridge for failing to recognize Brooke's destructive nature. His life will be ruined by the blonde. She won't let Ridge leave their family ever again. Brooke receives a lecture from Thomas Forrester at Forrester Creations. The man thinks the blonde would back off because he is excited for Tridge. She has caused too much suffering for his family. According to Brooke, their time in Italy was amazing. Thomas reiterates that Ridge and Taylor are getting married. Will and Katie Logan discuss the mystery female in a different office. The woman believes that the mysterious girl must be held accountable. The fact that Will is unable to share this secret with Electra Forrester is beginning to bother him. Whatever choice her kid chooses, Katie will back him up. Will is unsure if he can continue to deceive Electra. Since nothing will come of that fateful night, the mother advises putting this in the past. Luna thinks of Will at Lee Finnegan's apartment and smiles. That expression on her face bothers the doctor. Does Lee have fantasies about attractive doctors? Luna wonders. Haha, Luna, that was hilarious. Lee doesn't find Luna's remark as funny as I do. Will has no place in Luna's future, the doctor reiterates. Not even her independence is a secret yet. This won't work out if she doesn't manage herself. Luna desires her grandmother's pride. She can lead a regular life because she has largely complied with the regulations. Luna claims that if her relationship with Will works out, she will have a typical life. Lee insists on understanding what that implies. Luna is evasive. She's going to whip her into shape, Lee says. To avoid becoming like Papi Nozawa, she will need to take up 2 jobs. Luna continues to gaze at Will's photo after Lee leaves. Getting married to a Spencer will save her from having to work 2 jobs. Luna takes out a test for pregnancy. She then texts Will a picture she took of Electra's mask. Luna plots Electra's joy and Liam's unwavering mission. Spoilers for Tuesday, September 9's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful point to some unexpected turns. Liam Spencer will likely keep chasing Hope Logan. Fans may anticipate. In the meantime, Electra Forrester might tell Ivy Forrester all about her night out with Will Spencer. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Let's begin with Liam, who is committed to getting his family back together. The man wants to fulfill all of his dreams now that he is not dying. Liam misses his time with Beth Spencer and Hope Logan and doesn't want to be alone. Hope's role as Liam's rock-solid support system undoubtedly made him appreciate his prior good fortune. Hope is still betrothed to Carter Walton. Liam has previously received a polite warning from the man regarding Hope. But Liam isn't going to let up and will keep luring Hope in with Beth. Hope might have increased pressure to get back together with Liam in the interim. But which man is the one she really loves? Additionally, Carter once broke up with Katie Logan, Heather Tom, because she received a call from Bill Spencer regarding their kid, Will. Carter appears to struggle with co-parenting. He was patient while Will was ill, but what else was he to do? Carter will feel as though Hope is drifting away from him as she struggles with her feelings. Daphne Rose might have a chance to approach Carter as a result. According to Tuesday, September 9th spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Elektra and Ivy may cross paths once more. Elektra exclaimed how thrilled she was to see Will for the first time. Ivy gently warned her about going to TMI. Now that the big night has finally arrived, Elektra will undoubtedly want to tell Ivy all about it. Naturally, Ivy will be overjoyed that Elektra's experience went so well. Ivy might experience some melancholy at the same time because she is now without a loved someone. Luna, on the other hand, will keep planning. Will, meantime, is still perplexed by the texts from the unknown girl. Will look to Liam for some high-tech assistance after seeing the most recent image of Elektra's mask. What is the plot thread you are most excited to follow? The B&B writers made the decision to give Thomas a darker tone when Matthew Atkinson was cast in the part. Following the passing of Caroline Spencer, his ex-girlfriend and the mother of his son Douglas, he returned home. Thomas, a 5-year-old who was grieving, was suddenly seeking help from his family as a single father. He had plenty of it, but he most relied on Hope, Annika Noel. She began to get closer to Douglas in her sadness after her daughter, Beth, was stillborn. Despite her marriage to Liam Thomas, Hope became more and more attached to Thomas, which eventually turned into an obsession. He chose to keep the truth about the night Beth was born because of it. Dr. Reese Buckingham, who needed quick money to protect his daughter Zoe from being harmed by bookies, ended up stealing Beth and devising a plan to entice Thomas's sister Steffi to adopt the child. First, Thomas was going to be honest. Then he saw that by remaining silent, he might maintain hope in his life and avoid breaking Steffi's heart. But the truth did surface. He plotted, intimidated, accidentally killed Emma, and coerced Hope into marrying him, but Douglas was the one who came clean. Thomas ended his marriage to Hope after learning that Beth was still alive. But the two have remained connected for years because of Douglas. The Forresters have been mostly concerned about Thomas's mental health for the majority of his tenure. Additionally, it has caused friction between Hope's mother, Brooke, and Thomas's father, Ridge. The closeness between Thomas and Hope has caused hiccups in their parents' intermittent romance. When Brooke believed Thomas was pursuing Hope, she shoved him off a cliff. Additionally, Brooke advised Hope to keep quiet about her mistaken belief that she killed Thomas when he fell from a balcony into what she believed to be an acid vat. Additionally, Brooke has recommended that Thomas get therapy at a mental health center as opposed to through his mother. But Brooke was upset about more than just his fixation with Hope. Regarding Brooke and Ridge's relationship, Thomas has never held back. He believes Brooke is to blame for his father abandoning them when he was a child, and wants his parents to resume their romance. When given the chance, Thomas has taken advantage of Bridge's weaknesses to further his own agenda. For example, he once acted as though Brooke had called CPS on him for using a knife to chop an apple in front of Douglas. Over the years, the two siblings have had disagreements about Steffi. However, they have a strong sense of loyalty to one another. During the custody dispute between Hope and Thomas, she took guardianship of Douglas, enabling her nephew to work through his conflicted sentiments toward his parents. Additionally, Steffi was the reason Thomas left when his fantasy relationship with Hope ended. Co-parenting and working together on Hope for the future caused Hope and Thomas to become closer over the course of several years, before their contentious relationship turned into a romance. But it had a cost because of Hope's marriage to Liam. Hope had always held a special place in Thomas's heart. He was able to control his urges with the help of therapy, but the love that underpinned the fixation persisted. Hope grew attracted to Thomas as he demonstrated to her that he was in a healthier place. She had never entirely given up on the idea that he may change, and witnessing it changed her opinion of him. Her uncomfortable emotions resulted in arguments with Liam and outbursts directed toward Brooke. But in Rome they surfaced regardless of how hard she shoved them down. Hope kissed Thomas in front of the Colosseum after their collection's triumphant debut. Hope and Liam's marriage dissolved, but the moment made room for Thope. Hope was abandoned by Liam. She chose to seek a romantic relationship with Thomas out of rage. Everyone opposed it except for Ridge and Eric. If Hope ended their relationship, no one wanted to watch Thomas get re-enamored. Furthermore, there was sincere fear that Hope would never be able to love Thomas as he desires. Hope did, however, develop feelings for Thomas. It simply wasn't sufficient. Hope, who was recently divorced, wasn't prepared to say yes to Thomas's proposal. He had first given her time to consider it, opting for her to wear his ring on a necklace. However, he stopped things when he made another proposal and received the same response. Steffi advised him to quit waiting for a lady who wouldn't love him the way he deserved and to regain his dignity.